This is WolfPack TV. I'm your host, Larry Reed. We're getting closer and closer to this event, and already some of the teams have been decided. Montreal is coming out of Quebec. They're one of the teams to be here on November the 9th. As well, the TRU WolfPack, of course, are the host team, and the WolfPack began their Canada West playoff series in Saskatchewan on Friday. Great intensity off the bat. The Huskies in white testing pack keeper Lubo Magdalene, who scrambles from side to side and makes the save. TRU opens up the scoring 15 minutes in. James Fraser to Mitch Papadinitz with the low laser to the left. Huskies don't back down. Magdalene with the save. Sask will equal the score in the 23rd minute. It's Tyler Reddle showing his speed as he gets around the pack defenders and beats Magdalene, and we're deadlocked at 1. Before the first half is done, the Wolfpack regain the lead. It's a header by Ryan Glanville in the 30th minute. James Fraser's made a big impression since joining the Wolfpack. He is tricky and speedy. Just ask Husky keeper Patrick Ponge. 86th minute, and it's the Belgian Thomas Lantmeers who will find pay dirt. Mitch Papadinitz has to be considered a first-team Canada West All-Star. Look at the skills here as he tests the Husky keeper. TRU salts the game away near the end of regulation time. Colton Walker sets up James Fraser, who beats Pronger in close for his second of the match. 3 points for him on the afternoon. Wolfpack win their first ever Canada West playoff match and move on to the Final Four.
Very happy with the win in our first game in Canada West playoffs. Overall, it was an excellent team for performance from front to back. Defensively solid, and we got the goals from our key players. Glad to get the first one out of the way, and now we're into the Final Four next week. So just looking forward to that, and hopefully we can continue to play the way we're playing.
Basketball teams at home to kick off their regular season this weekend. MacEwan Griffins in town, like we haven't played all their teams here of late. Let's start with the ladies, and MacEwan gets an early bucket. At the other end, rookie Jordan Haggerty drives and dishes it off to Kenesha Reeves. Haggerty not looking like it's her first Canada West League game. She feeds Emily Vilak. After sharing, the first-year guard from Saskatoon decides to take it in herself. 9 points for her in her first regular season contest. Another rookie on the Wolfpack is Parksville native Michaela Huey. She sets up Vilak. Maddie Newman had a strong game for the Pack. She drains 3 of her 11 points here. Second half, and more Wolfpack. It's two future nurses, Shanice Sigsworth to Michelle Boss. Sigsworth deciding to do it herself here. She wound up with 6 points. Bree Wise was so strong for MacEwan. Even with 3 Wolfpack defenders, she's able to make the bucket. Later, Michaela Huey drives back to Maddie Newman. The Wolfpack go on to win handily. Newman, Vilak, and Chelsea Huey with 11 points apiece. One night later, it started off tight. Paige Null gets the bucket and gives MacEwan an 8-7 lead. The Wolfpack hanging tough. Sigsworth will find Leilani Carney. Carney had a career game in this one. TRU led 15-14 after 1. Second quarter, it's Chelsea Huey looking for Michelle Boss. She had 15 on the night. TRU up 32-25 at the half. Fast forward to the fourth. The Boz-Sigsworth combo combines again, and TRU leads by 1. The score seesawing. Carney gets her own rebound. She was named the leader of the Pack Player of the Game. That's because she was a force on the court. Here are some of her game-high 15 points in 29 minutes of work. Time becoming a factor, and MacEwan looking to regain the lead. Sigsworth with a huge block with .08 seconds left. She draws the foul. The Wolfpack go on to win their second straight despite a big second half from that pesky MacEwan squad.
It was funny because she actually said, I played really poorly all game, so it was good that I did just that. So, and she's right, and then those 2 steals by Emma Pagan at the end, those were huge, right? That's a really scrappy team. They clearly came to try and come out of here one-on-one, right? So great job by Grant Mack and great job by us to meet that pressure.
And now to the men. Lots will be expected of Victoria native Madhu McConnell in his second year with TRU. He looks ready for the challenge as he drives to the basket. 2 others who will have more responsibility will be Michael Ruwalt and Joe Davis, and they combine here. The Pack up 18-16 after the first quarter. In the second, Derek Rhodes, the Californian, with the buzzer. But just before the first half comes to a close, it's Atlas St. Paul Butler with the slam. Pack lead 39-30 at recess. TRU scoring 26 points in the third quarter. Here's the Ukrainian import Anton Billows for 3. But the Griffins aren't going away. Deontay Doslov Doctor from the top of the key. Luke Morris is the Wolfpack's lone 5th year, and in this game he led by example. Some of his 29 points in the contest. TRU ahead 65-48 after 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, a memorable moment. This is Tyus DeVries from Sardis Secondary, his first Canada West points. And the Pack win the opener by 19.
Well, I thought we executed our game plan relatively well. Guys made some shots, and we were a little bit tougher defensively, I thought, and the score's in our favor, so that's great. But there's a game to be played again tomorrow, and we're going to have to be better tomorrow.
Things do start off well on Saturday. McConnell feeds Luke Morris for his first 3 points, and the WolfPack are on the board. McEwen keeping pace, though. Adonis Montfort-Pelomino with the 3. Less than 4 minutes left in the opening quarter, and this layup results in the Griffins' first lead in the contest. Second quarter now. Rualt doing the initial work. DeVries finishes it off. TRU led 42-39 at the half. McEwen had a strong second half. This bucket by Ryan Coleman helping them outscore the Pack 22-18 in the quarter. They take a 1-point lead at three-quarter time, 61-60. Let's move ahead to the fourth. Mike Rualt doing it at both ends of the court. Here's a nice block here. The Griffins leading 70-63. DeVries to Luke Morris at the top of the key. Bounce pass to Joe Davis. He cuts through the middle. He winds up with 11 on the night. Davis was the recipient of a nice pass from Luke there. Here he returns a favor. Morris cans a 3 and winds up with 18 on the night. But the Griffins prove a little too tough on this night. Atlas St. Paul Butler wide open for 3 of his 11 points. McEwen splits the weekend with a 13-point victory. The TRU cross-country team in action this weekend at the BC Championships in Abbotsford. It's their last tune-up before U Sports Nationals. Let's check the results of the women's 6-kilometer race. Farron Brown, the top finisher for TRU. Was that a bit of a surprise?
She really showed up and delivered a great performance, and indicative of what she's been doing in workouts of late, that she would have a good day out there. Kendra Murray also ran strong as always, and they packed a solid 1-2 punch for us.
And now the men's results, with Tony Kiprop emerging as a top TRU runner ahead of rookie Troy Morgan.
Usually Tony starts out behind and works his way up through the field, but Tony went out hard from the gun today and was mixing it up with some of the top university runners, and really just running aggressive and strong, and maintained right to the finish, and was quite a ways ahead as our top man.
This week, men's soccer will practice and then head to Vancouver for the Canada West Final Four. They will play Friday against the host UBC Thunderbirds. Teams tied 2-2 here in the regular season, and despite UBC winning on their home turf, TRU led at 1 point in that contest. The other semifinal, by the way, has Trinity Western meeting Alberta. After a bye week, volleyball returns to the Warner Rentals court as they meet up with the Brandon University Bobcats. Both TRU squads unbeaten after sweeping their opening weekend series with McEwen. Basketball takes their show on the road to Kelowna, and games Saturday and a rare Sunday afternoon against the UBCO Heat. A resumption of the President's Cup Series, the Pack leading 2-0 on the women's side and having a win and a tie on the men's side. That's WolfPack TV for this week. Thank you for joining us. Here's how you find us on the various social media platforms. I'm Larry Reed. We'll chat again in 7 days.